All right, let's jump into a deep dive this time into Miracle Morning Millionaires
Okay.
by Hal Elrod and David Osborn.
Yeah.
It's this really cool look at how we can supercharge our mornings
Mm-hmm.
and, maybe even our bank accounts.
Yeah.
So
It's a good one.
it's a good one. It's not just like another one of these get-rich-quick schemes.
Right.
It really digs into how building a really strong morning routine can help you
Yeah.
reach your full potential, which is something I know
Yeah.
you as a learner are always striving for.
Absolutely. And I think what's so fascinating about this book is how it blends
Yeah.
that personal growth with the wealth building strategies. Like, from the very beginning, it's clear that it's not just for aspiring millionaires.
Yeah.
It's really for anyone who's like, I want more out of life.
Right.
Like I want to level up in different areas.
Yes, absolutely. And speaking of leveling up, the intro alone had me hooked.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know that Hal, the guy behind the original Miracle Morning, met David at a self-improvement seminar?
Wow.
They even battled cancer together.
That's amazing.
Talk about a bond.
Yeah, their shared journey really shines through in the book.
Yeah.
I think it adds this layer of just genuine empathy and understanding to the advice.
Totally.
I think David's story especially might resonate with you as a learner.
Okay.
He used to be a total night owl,
Really?
but shifting to a morning person completely transformed his whole approach to wealth and success.
That's so interesting. I've always been curious about the whole morning routine craze.
Yeah.
What is it about mornings that they believe is so crucial for success?
Yeah, they really emphasize the idea that a productive morning routine sets you up for a successful day.
Okay.
It's like laying a strong foundation for a building.
Right.
For you as a learner, imagine starting your day with dedicated time for planning.
Yeah.
Personal development, that means less stress, more control throughout your day.
Mm.
Instead of squeezing in a workout after a long day, you're already energized and ready to go.
I see what you mean. It's about proactively designing your day
Yeah.
instead of just reacting
Yes.
to whatever comes your way.
100%. And it's not about adding hours to your already busy schedule.
All right.
Even if you only have 6 minutes, they have a plan for you to maximize that time.
Oh, wow.
They call it the 6-minute miracle morning,
Okay.
which I think speaks to how adaptable this concept is.
Okay, let's talk about those Life S.A.V.E.R.S.
Yes.
Silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing.
Mm-hmm.
They're presented as these mini power-ups
Yeah.
for your morning. What makes them so effective?
Well, each S.A.V.E.R. is designed to target a different aspect of personal growth and success.
Okay.
And the book does a great job of breaking down each one
Yeah.
with practical steps on how to incorporate them
Yeah.
into your routine.
Yeah.
But since you're all about that learning life,
Right.
let's focus on scribing.
Scribing. I have to admit, that's the one that's always intrigued me the most.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's incredibly powerful, I think, especially for learners.
Okay.
Elrod and Osborn, they talk about scribing as more than just journaling.
Yeah.
It's about getting your thoughts and ideas out of your head
Right.
and onto paper.
Yeah.
This clarifies your thinking, helps you process information, and can even spark new ideas.
Interesting.
It's like having a direct line to your subconscious.
That makes so much sense. It's like when I'm trying to learn something new and I write it down, it sticks with me so much better.
Exactly.
I don't know why that is.
And they recommend using this time for things like gratitude lists, brainstorming solutions to problems, or capturing those aha moments
Yeah.
that come up throughout the day.
Yeah.
For you as a learner, imagine capturing all those insights and ideas you encounter while reading or listening to podcasts.
Right.
It's like building your own personal knowledge base.
I love that it's about turning passive learning into active knowledge.
Yes.
Okay, so we've got these power-packed S.A.V.E.R.S. But what does it actually mean to be a Miracle Morning Millionaire?
Right.
Is it all about the money?
That's a great question. While money is certainly part of the equation,
Yeah.
the book dives much deeper than that.
Okay.
It introduces this concept called the 2 doors,
Okay.
which is essentially the fundamental choice between wanting wealth and not.
I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these 2 doors.
They argue that this choice influences every other decision you make.
Wow.
It's about choosing the path of growth, abundance, and possibility.
Okay.
Not just financially, but in all areas of life.
Mm-hmm.
And you, as a learner, are already primed for that mindset.
Yeah.
You're naturally drawn to expanding your knowledge and skills.
Yeah.
Always seeking that more.
That's so true.
Mm.
So once you've chosen the door of abundance, how do you actually walk through it? What steps do they recommend taking?
Well, they tell this great story about David Osborn's own experience.
Okay.
He was pushing himself so hard, working around the clock,
Mhm.
that he actually developed shingles.
Oh, wow. That's a serious wake-up call.
Talk about burnout.
Yeah. What happened next?
He ended up meeting a billionaire who taught him the power of leveraging time.
Okay.
Not just working harder, but working smarter.
Right.
It's about focusing on the right activities, the ones that will actually move the needle
Yeah.
toward your goals.
I can see how that shift in thinking would be crucial for anyone looking to achieve big things, especially for learners who are constantly trying to balance learning with everything else life throws at them.
Absolutely. They call it shifting from an adding mindset to a multiplying mindset.
Okay.
Instead of just adding more hours to your workday, it's about making your efforts create exponential results.
Oh, I like that.
It's about leveraging your time, skills, and resources to create a bigger impact.
So it's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
I love that. But it sounds like there's more to it than just time management tactics.
You're right, they go beyond just giving you financial tips.
Yeah.
They offer tools to become a better, more effective version of yourself, which aligns perfectly with your learner mindset.
I'm all ears. What kind of tools are we talking about?
They dedicate a whole section to what they call not-so-obvious millionaire principles.
Okay.
And one that I think will particularly resonate with you is the principle of self-leadership.
Ooh, self-leadership. That sounds powerful. Tell me more.
It's about recognizing that you are in the driver's seat of your own life.
Yeah.
You get to decide what you learn, how you grow, and ultimately what success looks like for you.
I love that it's about taking ownership of your development
Mm-hmm.
and not waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they provide specific steps for cultivating self-leadership,
Okay.
starting with taking 100% responsibility for your life.
Yeah.
No blame, no excuses. It's about recognizing that you have the power to choose your actions and create the outcomes you desire.
That's such an empowering mindset. But taking full responsibility can feel daunting.
Yeah.
What kind of support do they offer to help you navigate that?
Well, they highlight the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people.
Yeah.
Mentors, coaches, and a supportive community that will encourage and challenge you along the way.
Right.
They even suggest finding an accountability partner to help you stay on track.
That's such a great idea. Having someone to share your goals and struggles with can make a huge difference in staying motivated.
Absolutely.
But I'm curious, what about the financial side of things? Do they offer any concrete strategies for building wealth?
Absolutely. They delve into specific strategies like investing in real estate,
Okay.
building multiple streams of income.
Mhm.
They even walk you through creating a vision for your ideal life without limitations,
Okay.
using a technique called the letter from the future.
A letter from the future. And that sounds fascinating. I'm ready to dive into those strategies.
Me too. Let's explore those next.
Okay.
But first, let's take a moment to digest what we've learned so far.
Okay.
What stands out to you most from this first part of our deep dive?
Well, I'm really intrigued by this letter from the future technique. Yeah.
It sounds like a powerful way to get clear on your vision and goals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about tapping into the power of visualization
Okay.
and creating a tangible roadmap for your ideal life.
Right.
You know, Elrod and Osborn encourage you to write a letter to yourself,
Yeah.
dated 5 years in the future, describing in vivid detail everything you want to achieve and experience.
So it's not just about setting goals, it's about stepping into the shoes of your future self and really feeling what it would be like to live that life.
Exactly. It's about creating a compelling vision
Yeah.
that will pull you forward and motivate you to take action. And for you as a learner,
Right.
this exercise can be especially powerful because it taps into your natural curiosity and desire for growth.
I can see how that would be incredibly motivating. It's like planting a seed in your subconscious and watching it grow into a reality.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the practical side of things.
Okay.
Once you have that clear vision,
Yeah.
what strategies do they recommend for building wealth? One of the key concepts they emphasize is the hedgehog concept,
Okay.
which comes from Jim Collins' book, Good to Great.
Yeah.
It's all about identifying your unique strengths and passions, the areas where you can truly excel.
I've heard of that concept.
Yeah.
It's about finding that sweet spot where your talents, your passions, and market opportunities intersect.
Yeah.
But how do you actually apply that to building wealth?
Well, they guide you through a process of self-discovery,
Okay.
asking questions like, what are you truly passionate about?
Right.
What are you naturally good at?
Yeah.
And what can you get paid for by answering these questions?
Yeah.
You can start to identify the activities and opportunities that will lead you to financial success.
It's like finding your niche,
Yeah.
the area where you can truly shine and create value. And for learners, that could be anything from writing and teaching to consulting and entrepreneurship.
Precisely. And they emphasize that it's not just about finding any opportunity. It's about aligning your efforts with your values and passions.
Okay. Because when you're genuinely engaged in what you're doing,
Yeah.
you're much more likely to persevere through challenges and achieve success.
That makes so much sense. It's about finding that work-life harmony,
Yeah.
where your efforts are both meaningful and fulfilling. But what about those of us who are still figuring things out, still exploring different paths?
That's where their advice on building multiple streams of income comes in.
Okay.
They argue that relying on a single source of income is risky
Yeah.
and limits your potential.
Okay.
They encourage you to diversify your income streams to create more stability and opportunity.
So it's about creating a safety net and opening up possibilities for growth. But isn't that incredibly daunting, especially for someone just starting out?
Well, they break it down into manageable steps,
Okay.
starting with identifying your unique value.
Right.
What skills, knowledge, or experiences can you offer
Yeah.
that others would be willing to pay for? They encourage you to think creatively
Okay.
and explore both active income streams.
Yeah. Where you're directly trading your time for money.
Right.
And passive income streams,
Mm-hmm.
where you're generating income without actively working.
That's a great point. It's about looking at your skills and experiences through a new lens
Yeah.
and seeing the potential for income generation. Do they give any specific examples of how to do this?
Absolutely. They provide a range of examples
Okay.
from starting a side hustle or freelancing to creating online courses or writing ebooks.
Right.
For you as a learner, imagine packaging your knowledge and insights into a format that others can benefit from.
Yeah.
Not only would you be sharing your expertise,
Right.
but you'd also be creating a valuable income stream.
It's so inspiring. It's about turning your passion for learning into a source of both personal and financial growth.
Yes.
But let's be honest, building multiple income streams takes time and effort. How do they address the challenge of finding the time and energy to pursue these goals?
That's where their concept of the foundational schedule comes in. It's about creating a structure for your day that prioritizes your highest value activities.
Right.
And they're not talking about rigid minute-by-minute schedules.
Okay.
It's about identifying the key tasks that will move you closer to your goals.
Yeah.
And then blocking out time for those activities.
So it's about being intentional with your time and making sure you're making progress on the things that matter most. I love that.
Yeah.
But what about those unexpected tasks and distractions that inevitably pop up throughout the day? How do you stay focused and on track?
That's where the next not-so-obvious millionaire principle comes in.
Okay.
Energy engineering.
Energy engineering. Now, that's a concept I can get behind. I think we could all use a little more energy, especially when trying to build a successful life.
Absolutely.
What's their secret sauce?
It's not about magic elixirs or quick fixes,
Okay.
but rather a combination of sustainable habits in 3 key areas.
Okay.
Nutrition, sleep, and rest.
Okay, that makes sense. Those are all pretty fundamental, but I guess it's easy to let them slip when you're busy, right?
Exactly. They emphasize that you can't just power through on willpower and caffeine alone.
Right.
You need to build sustainable habits that support your energy levels over the long term.
So let's break it down. What kind of eating habits do they recommend for maximizing energy?
Well, they advocate for a diet
Yeah.
that prioritizes whole, unprocessed foods,
Okay.
especially those rich in nutrients and healthy fats. They even suggest starting your day with a miracle morning superfood smoothie.
Okay.
But the real takeaway here is about being mindful of what you're putting into your body
Right.
and choosing foods that will fuel your success, not drain your energy.
I've definitely noticed a difference in my energy levels when I'm eating healthy versus when I'm reaching for processed foods and sugary snacks.
Oh, yeah.
What about sleep? I feel like I never get enough.
You're not alone. Most people underestimate the power of sleep.
Yeah.
Elrod and Osborn stress that getting enough rest isn't a luxury.
Right.
It's essential for optimal performance.
Okay.
They point out that sleep deprivation can lead to decreased productivity, increased stress, and even a higher risk of accidents.
Wow, that's a powerful reminder to prioritize sleep. I'm definitely guilty of burning the midnight oil sometimes, but I can see how that could be counterproductive in the long run. But what about those times when you're just slammed with work or life demands? How do you fit in enough rest?
That's where their concept of rest comes in.
Okay.
And they distinguish between sleep,
Okay.
which is essential for physical recovery,
Yeah.
and rest, which is about giving your mind and emotions a break.
Okay.
They advocate for incorporating short periods of rest throughout the day,
Mm-hmm.
even just a few minutes of meditation or quiet time to
Yeah.
recharge your mental batteries.
As a learner who's always taking in new information,
Yeah.
I can definitely relate to the need for mental breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes my brain feels like it's on overdrive.
Mm-hmm.
Do they offer any specific tips for incorporating those rest periods into a busy schedule?
They suggest things like taking a short walk in nature,
Okay.
listening to calming music, or practicing deep breathing exercises.
Yeah.
The key is to find what works best for you
Right.
and to make it a non-negotiable part of your day.
Mhm.
It's about being proactive and building in those mini recharging moments
Yeah.
so you don't reach the point of burnout.
That's such valuable advice.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to take care of ourselves, but we can't pour from an empty cup,
Yeah.
right? So we've got fuel, we've got sleep, we've got rest. What's the next ingredient in their energy de-engineering formula?
The next, not so obvious millionaire principle is all about unwavering focus.
Unwavering focus. Okay.
They acknowledge that focus is a challenge in today's hyper-connected world.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
But they argue that it's an absolutely essential skill for success.
Oh, focus. That's something I definitely struggle with. There are always so many distractions vying for my attention as a learner. I'm constantly bombarded with new information and ideas, and it's hard to stay focused on one thing at a time.
I hear you. Elrod and Osborn offer a 4-step framework for cultivating unwavering focus.
Okay.
The first step is about choosing or creating an ideal environment for focus.
Okay.
This could be a dedicated workspace in your home,
Right.
a quiet coffee shop, or even a specific spot in nature.
Yeah.
The key is to find a place
Yeah.
where you can minimize distractions and get into a flow state.
That makes sense. As a learner, I find that my environment really impacts my ability to focus if I'm surrounded by clutter or noise.
Okay.
It's much harder to concentrate. What's the next step?
Decluttering.
Decluttering. Okay.
They emphasize the importance of clearing both physical and mental clutter
Right.
to create a sense of clarity and calm.
Mm-hmm.
They suggest decluttering your workspace,
Yeah.
your digital devices,
Right.
and even your to-do list
Okay.
to free up mental space for focus.
Oh, I can definitely see how that would help. A cluttered space equals a cluttered mind, and that's not conducive to focus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then they talk about protecting yourself from interruptions. This includes things like turning off notifications, putting your phone on Do Not Disturb,
Mm-hmm.
and setting boundaries with colleagues and family members.
It's about taking control of your time and attention instead of letting them be controlled by external factors. That's such a crucial skill for learners who are constantly tempted to dive into the next shiny object or piece of information.
You're right. It's about being selective with your focus and choosing to engage deeply with the things that matter most.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, they recommend building a foundation for unwavering focus by reflecting on your current habits.
Okay.
What's working?
Right.
What needs to change?
Yeah.
What do you need to start doing?
So it's about being mindful of your current habits and making adjustments to support your focus goals.
Right. They even suggest creating 3 lists.
Okay.
Things you need to keep doing, things you need to start doing,
Yeah.
and importantly, things you need to stop doing.
Ooh. I like that it's about being honest with yourself about what's draining your energy and focus and taking steps to eliminate those things.
Exactly. And by taking control of these 3 key areas, nutrition, sleep, and focus,
Yeah.
you're essentially building an energy engineering system
Right.
that will support you in achieving your goals.
I love how practical this is. It's not just vague advice
Yeah.
about being more focused.
Right.
They're giving you a step-by-step plan to actually make it happen.
Absolutely. And that's what I appreciate about this book. It's full of actionable strategies that you can start implementing right away.
Speaking of actionable strategies, let's move on to the next section of the book, which focuses on building a millionaire mindset. I'm curious to hear what insights they offer on that.
Well, one of the most powerful concepts they introduce
Yeah.
is the idea of the woodpecker effect.
The woodpecker effect. Tell me more.
It's a metaphor for understanding when to persevere and when to pivot.
Okay.
They use the analogy of a woodpecker who can tap on 1,000 trees and get nowhere, or tap 20,000 times on one tree and find dinner.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that sometimes persistence is key,
Yeah.
while other times knowing when to quit is crucial.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
But how do you know when to keep pecking away and when to move on to a different tree?
Well, they offer 2 key questions to help you make that decision.
Okay.
First, is the path you're on actually going to lead you to your desired outcome?
Right.
And second, are you still enjoying the process?
Ah, so it's not just about results, it's also about alignment with your values and passions.
Exactly. They argue that you're much more likely to succeed if you're genuinely engaged in what you're doing.
Right.
And for you as a learner, this resonates because you're naturally drawn to activities that are both stimulating and fulfilling.
That makes sense. If you're dreading every step of the journey, it's going to be much harder to stay motivated and persevere.
Right, and they emphasize that quitting doesn't always equal failure.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the smartest move you can make to
Yeah.
free up your time and energy for something that's a better fit.
So it's about being strategic with your efforts, knowing when to double down and when to walk away.
Exactly. And this woodpecker effect is just one of the many millionaire mindset shifts they explore.
Okay.
They also dive into topics like understanding what money really measures
Okay.
and the importance of building multiple streams of income.
I'm really intrigued by this idea of understanding what money measures. What do they mean by that?
They argue that money itself is not the ultimate goal,
Okay.
but rather a measure of the value you're creating in the world.
So it's about shifting your focus from accumulating wealth to creating impact. And for learners who are naturally driven by curiosity and a desire to make a difference, this reframing can be incredibly motivating.
Absolutely. They suggest asking yourself questions like,
Yeah.
how much value am I bringing to the world?
Right.
How can I bring more?
Yeah.
How can I become more?
I love that it's about seeing money as a byproduct of your growth and contribution, not the end goal itself.
Precisely. And this ties into their emphasis on building multiple streams of income. They argue that relying on a single source of income is risky and limits your potential.
This resonates with your learner mindset, constantly exploring new avenues for growth. So it's about diversifying your income streams to create more stability and opportunity.
Exactly. They share examples of both active income,
Right.
where you're directly exchanging your time and skills for money,
Yeah.
and passive income,
Right.
where you're generating income without actively working.
That's fascinating. Do they give any specific examples of how to build these different income streams?
They do. They provide a step-by-step process
Okay.
for identifying your unique value,
Mm-hmm.
creating a product or service that meets a market need,
Okay.
and building a community around your offering.
This is incredible. They're really giving you a blueprint for building a successful business or side hustle.
Absolutely. And they even touch on the power of real estate as a wealth-building vehicle.
Real estate. Tell me more.
They highlight the fact that real estate has a proven track record of creating wealth
Okay.
and offers a relatively low barrier to entry.
So it's a potentially accessible path to financial freedom, even if you don't have a lot of capital to start with.
Right. They point out that you can start small, perhaps by renting out a spare room or investing in a rental property,
Yeah.
and gradually scale up your real estate portfolio over time.
This is so empowering. They're really breaking down these seemingly complex financial concepts into clear, actionable steps.
Yeah.
It's perfect for learners who are eager to learn and apply new knowledge.
Exactly. And they emphasize that real estate is just one example.
Right.
The key is to find a wealth-building strategy that aligns with your skills,
Yeah.
interests, and resources.
All of this is such valuable information, but even for someone like me who loves to learn, I have to admit, it's a lot to take in.
Yeah,
How do they suggest approaching all of this?
that's a great point. It's important to remember that the beauty of the Miracle Morning concept
Mm-hmm.
is that it's about making small, consistent changes over time.
So it's not about trying to do everything at once,
Right.
but rather about incorporating these principles into your daily routine gradually.
Exactly. They even offer a 30-day Miracle Morning challenge
Ooh, a challenge. Tell me more.
to help you get started.
Okay.
It's essentially a step-by-step guide to implementing the Miracle Morning routine
Right.
and building those life-changing habits.
Okay.
They encourage you to start by reading their Fast Start Kit
Mm.
and completing a few simple exercises.
Okay.
They also recommend finding an accountability partner to support you on your journey.
Right.
And they even suggest joining their online community, which offers a wealth of resources and support.
That's amazing. It's like they're providing you with a whole ecosystem to support your success.
Exactly. And that's what makes this book so powerful.
Yeah.
It's not just about information, it's about transformation.
Right.
It's about giving you the tools and the community to create a life that truly aligns with your vision.
Wow. We've covered so much ground already. It's clear that Miracle Morning Millionaires is packed with insights and strategies for both personal and financial growth.
Yeah.
What stands out to you most from this part of our deep dive?
Well, I'm really struck by how they weave together personal growth and financial strategies.
Yeah, it's not just about making money. It's about becoming the kind of person who attracts success.
Right.
It really aligns with that learner mindset of always seeking growth and improvement.
Absolutely. And that's what makes this book so compelling.
Yeah.
It's not just a collection of tips and tricks.
Right.
It's a blueprint for a holistic transformation.
I like that.
And speaking of transformation, they dedicate the concluding chapter emphasizing that success isn't about starting perfectly equipped. It's about continuously adapting, revising, and evolving.
That's so encouraging.
Mm.
I think a lot of times we get caught up in thinking we need to have it all figured out before we can even begin.
Yeah.
But they're saying it's more about embracing the journey and learning along the way.
Yeah. Exactly. They even share how David, who's built this incredible real estate empire,
Yeah.
wasn't always a goal-oriented, proactive early riser.
Wow.
You know, it's a powerful reminder that we're all works in progress, and it's never too late to start building the habits and mindset that will lead to success.
I love that it's a message of hope and possibility for anyone who feels like they're not where they want to be in life.
Yeah.
But before we wrap up, we have to talk about the miracle equation.
Yes.
It's mentioned throughout the book, and it sounds like a key to unlocking extraordinary results.
It boils down to two key ingredients.
Okay.
Unwavering faith
Okay.
and extraordinary effort.
Okay, I'm sensing a theme here.
Yeah.
They really emphasize the importance of mindset and commitment throughout the book.
Absolutely. They argue that unwavering faith is essential for staying motivated and persistent, especially when faced with challenges and setbacks.
Right.
It's about believing in yourself,
Yeah.
your vision, and your ability to achieve your goals, even when things get tough.
That makes sense. It's easy to give up when things get hard.
Yeah.
But if you have that deep-seated belief in yourself and your goals, you're more likely to push through.
Exactly. And extraordinary effort, of course, is about taking consistent action.
Yeah.
And going above and beyond to achieve your goals. It's about showing up every day,
Right.
putting in the work, and refusing to settle for mediocrity.
So it's not just about believing in yourself. It's about putting in the work to make your dreams a reality.
Right.
It's about aligning your actions with your beliefs.
Precisely. They even provide a miracle mantra to help you stay focused and committed.
Okay.
It's a simple phrase that you repeat to yourself daily.
Yeah.
I will insert your goals and daily actions here no matter what. There is no other option.
Wow, that's powerful. It's about creating a sense of unwavering determination and making your goals non-negotiable.
Exactly. And they highlight the importance of aligning your goals with your values and passions, reminding you that it's not just about the destination, but also about enjoying the journey.
That's such a crucial point. It's about finding that sweet spot where your efforts are both meaningful and enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's about creating a life that you're excited to wake up to each day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they leave you with a final thought-provoking question.
Okay.
What choice will you make?
Ooh.
It's a call to action to step into your power and create the life you truly desire.
I love that it's a reminder that we all have a choice in how we live our lives. We can choose to stay stuck in our comfort zones.
Yeah.
Or we can choose to embrace growth challenge and the pursuit of our dreams.
And they make it clear that choosing the path of growth and abundance doesn't mean it will be easy.
Right.
There will be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt.
Of course.
But with unwavering faith, extraordinary effort, and a commitment to continuous learning and improvement, anything is possible.
This has been such an inspiring deep dive. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on the power of morning routines, the millionaire mindset, and the importance of aligning my actions with my goals.
I agree. It's been a pleasure exploring these ideas with you.
Yeah.
And for our listeners who are eager to unlock their full potential and create a life of abundance and purpose, I highly recommend checking out Miracle Morning Millionaires.
Yes.
It's a roadmap to success, starting with the first hour of your day.
And remember, the miracle equation doesn't just apply to financial wealth.
Right.
You could apply it to any area of your life where you're seeking growth and transformation.
Absolutely.
Think about it. Unwavering faith plus extraordinary effort equals miracles. How could you apply that to your relationships, your health, your creative pursuits, or your impact on the world?
That's a great question to leave our listeners with.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that the principles in this book can be applied to any area of life where you're seeking extraordinary results.
That's so true.
So as you go about your day, we encourage you to reflect on this. What miracles are you ready to create?
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah.
We hope you've gained some valuable insights and are feeling inspired to create your own miracle morning and unlock your full potential. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.